Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Guzzy and this is Chat with Guzzy. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. Please like this video, comment and just share. I love you all. Guys, this live eviction show that we witnessed today has got to be the most emotional and kind of the most unpredictable eviction yet. Yes, like look at your bottom three. This whole eviction thing took the housemates by surprise. Like they were in shock, and currently Wanni is weeping seriously. But before we talk about that, let's quickly talk about some of their diary sessions. Handi in her diary session has stated that she felt like TJ would leave because he has been in the bottom, and she felt like she would leave, yes, because she couldn't really predict what people want. Plus, she feels like people would vote for Wanni other like instead of her because she's up with her sister and all that. She knows that her sister is more social than her, so people will vote for Wanni. So she feels like she's going to go home. Yeah, she even cried and all. And then she has stated that she was not going to change anything she had done so far in the game. For Anita spoke about how sad she was because she had not been winning. She has had only 4 wins so far in the house. And she still wants to stay in biggest house so that she can try to win more. Yes, Anita also cried in the diary session. She has said that, the way things are now, she doesn't know who could go. It could be her, it could be anybody. At the end of the day, she said she was going to call a random name since Biggie wanted her to actually guess who would go. And she has said Onyeka because Onyeka was standing the last time and all. For her, she said she has given it her best and she won't change anything about herself in the game. Yes, Cassia had done her diary session and Cassia had said that she was worried because, she wants to spend Kellyrae's birthday with Kellyrae. She wants to be in the house with Kellyrae to spend his birthday. This is the first birthday Kellyrae will be doing as a married man, yes, as a couple that are married. So she would love to spend it with him in the house. And she cannot really do much since they're in the house, so she would like to do something like breakfast for him on bed and all. Yes, that it will hurt her if she goes and Kellyrae, like if she leaves Kellyrae. His birthday is on Sunday, so she's looking forward to that. Yes, for the things she wished that she could do better, she said that it will be her relationship with Wanni X Handi and Onyeka. Although the whole Onyeka own is because Onyeka lose guard and that one is not her fault. Yes, she has stated that for her, she doesn't really know who would go or anything like that. But for her, she just wants to be in the house with her man. Then Wanni spoke of how she was ready for anything. Yes, how she's getting a repelling energy from Onyeka and all that, even though they have spoken about their issues, but she doesn't know where that energy is coming from. Maybe it's just her overthinking it, or she doesn't really know. Yes, that for the eviction, she has accepted her fate. She has spent 8 weeks in the house, so if she leaves, she's content. Yes, she has stated that, it's not even about her alone. Yes, her and her fellow chihuahuas are up. That's herself, her sister Handi, and then Shaun. Yes, that they are all up. And they have spoken about how they all need to wear their big boys and girl pants. Yes, that there's not going to be any crying. If anybody goes, that person goes. No need for crying or anything like that. That if something like that should happen, she would definitely cry. Yes, because she's a crybaby and all that. So she would definitely cry. She spoke of how Shaun has been like her person in the house, that whenever they ask questions of who has your back more in the house and all that, she does not talk about Handi because yes, Handi is competition, but then again, Handi is her girl for life and nothing can stop that. But as regards like other housemates, because Handi is like ha, so as regards other housemates, it to be Shaun, and she kept on talking about Shaun. Big Brother even at a point had to call her Mrs. Shaun, and she helped Big Brother to complete that whole Mrs. Shaun with the whole son name and everything. I'm like, this girl now weary, correct weary. As for who will leave, she had said she's guessing TJ because TJ has been in the bottom before. Plus, his ex-partner was up last week and he went home. So she feels like, it is what's it called, him that would go. Shaun during his diary session has spoken about how the week was bad for him. Yes, how this is the worst week yet for him. He spoke about the whole head of house thing, how his time was going and all that. Big Brother told him to take accountability for that his action. He had spoken about the whole strike and all. Yes, he has, for him, he was like, this week was more bad than good for him. And I beg, aside from himself, because he feels like he will go, but aside from himself, he feels like TJ would go. Yes, that even TJ feels like he would go. TJ feels like it's time to go. And he himself, he feels like it's time that TJ goes. He also feels like Victoria is in the same boat as him, that he feels like they might both go together, or at least one of them would go. Yes, and that people might be asking that, okay, what does Victoria have to offer? Like, because she came into the game slow and all that. For him, he said one of the twins, one of either Wanni or Handi, would go home, that they are strong and all that, and he had said it that they will get to the finals. However, he feels like between himself, Handi and Wanni, and Victoria, at least two of them would go. And boy, was he right. Like, he was right. He nailed it completely. Well, he had also gone on to speak about how his real friends in the house will be Wanni and ex-Handi. They made his stay pleasant. Without them, he doesn't even know what would have happened with him. Victoria also made his stay pleasant towards the end, not at the beginning. Ozzy and Osi also made his stay pleasant. For him, it was like Wanni ex-Handi. They took care of him and all that. That what would he have done without them? That his cheeks are fuller now because of them. And when he gets out of the house, he will need to do things to trim down the cheeks. Yes, that's how well they have taken care of him. He has said that he's glad with himself and his partner because he feels like their strategy entering into the house worked for them. When he said that, it got me thinking that what strategy are you talking about? Is it that these two were actually going at each other's necks and behaving the way they were behaving because they knew that, okay, one person will end up winning the money, so they wanted to get their individual fan base? That's what I had in my head when he has said this. Now, Onyeka during a diary session has spoken about how, being up and all that had her in her feelings, how she doesn't want to cry because she was on her makeup. Yes, well, she ended up crying still. She spoke about how her sister left and how it had pained her and all, how that same time she was not talking to her bestie Ozzy and or how that whole week was a lot for her before she started talking to them, how she knows she and her sister fight a lot, yes, but she loves her genuinely, how she would not take any of her fights with her sister back, yes, because sisters fight, yes, however that fight would not take away the love that they have for each other. It does not take away that they love each other dearly. Yes, they will fight, but it does not take away the fact that they love each other. As for the things she would love to take back, she said that she doesn't regret anything in the house. However, she would love to take back her fight with Victoria. She's not sure she wants to take back her fight with Cassia, yes, but she wants to take back her fight with Victoria and the one with Ozzy. Yes, she would like to take that back. That was it. As for the one with Cassia and her sister, she won't want to take it back because sisters fight. And with Cassia, she would not take it back. Biggie had called her the ultimate spice girl. Now, we had a lot of things, or a few things happening before the live show. We had seen that Kellyrae was talking to his wife, Cassia, and they were talking about that whole Wanni giving Shaun 2 meats thing. And they were talking about how, I mean, she was telling him of how before she met Wanni to talk about it, Victoria had told her not to till she sees it again before she then talk. And when she had done that, Wanni had told her that, I mean, she's not the only one that does it in the house. And after that, she has noticed that actually Wanni was not the only person doing that in the house. A lot of people also do that. Kellyrae had told her of how Ozzy was expecting the same thing from him, and I said that, I mean, what are we friends for? You are meant to be giving me 2 meat and all. And he had told that one that he's a very considerate person and will not do that. Cassia has stated how she would have cried in the diary room, but I mean, she did not cry because she was considering her makeup. Yes, we had seen Nelly and Anita with Hofa having a discussion when they are sat on the couch ready for the eviction show. And Nelly was basically saying if they call her name tonight, she's going to run into the toilet. Yes. And they were all laughing, and she was like, I mean, that at least she will trend. Even if they will remove her, she will trend. We saw Onyeka basically praying that she should not be evicted because, I mean, because she cried in the diary room, her makeup was stained and all that. So it will be bad going out with a shitty makeup. We saw Sooj sitting close to her. It was when the eviction show started proper that he went to his head of house chair. Now, the eviction show had started. I mean, the most emotional eviction show had started. Ebuka welcomed us and Ebuka went straight into the house. Ebuka had gone ahead to congratulate the housemates for killing their wager back-to-back 3 in a row. Yes, and then he had congratulated Sooj. And he had told Sooj that, I mean, you were eavesdropping on a conversation between Nelly and OC the other day. What did you hear? And Sooj was trying to say that, I mean, Nelly was upset that he was having a conversation with Victoria. Yes, and that Ebuka was like, no. And he was like, yes, that Nelly was upset because his hand was on Victoria's shoulders. And Ebuka was like, she had stated that your hands were on Victoria's shoulders. And as you saw her, you quickly took it off. Why did you do that? And he had said that, I mean, he did that because he did not want her to get the wrong idea, to see it the wrong way, or to feel like he was doing something wrong. And Ebuka was like, okay, so you feel you were doing something wrong? And he was like, no, he wasn't doing anything wrong. And then Ebuka had said the nominated housemates should stand up. When they did, he had evicted Handi, and this caused a lot of row. Like, the audience were in shock. Nobody was talking or making noise anymore. The housemates were in shock. It was like cold entered their bodies. Yes, they had hugged her and all. Wanni was already crying and all that, not knowing what was awaiting her tonight. She was already crying and all. And then, the full audience and everybody were in shock. And then Ebuka has said, I mean, he doesn't know why is everyone sad and all. Ebuka then spoke to the housemates again and he was like, why is everyone sad? Do they want to come outside and join Handi? Then he had moved on to Kellyrae to talk to Kellyrae, and he had said, I mean, you and Handi, you people have had your own back and forth and your whole everything you people have been doing. But I mean, Handi had complained about you giving her 1 meat to share with Shaun. So what was that about? And for him, he asserted that, I mean, he did not know, that he thought he gave everybody 2 meat. And Ebuka had asked Wanni for clarification. And Wanni has stated that he initially had given her 1 meat to share with Shaun, but then later there was an extra piece and he had given her. Yes. And Ebuka has then said, okay, that means everything was clear now, and he had said yes. Ebuka had continued with Kelly saying, the strike thing, how did that make you feel? And for Kelly said that he felt bad about everything because, I mean, he has told Cassia to even apologize to Shaun and all that, and she had said she did not do anything to him. That he had told her time and time again that, I mean, at this point in time, they need to be careful with their words. Ebuka had then proceeded to talk to the audience. Yes, and he had spoken to a guy at first who had said that he never expected Handi's eviction and he doesn't even know what to say. Right now, he is scared for Kellyrae and Cassia. He has spoken to another lady who said that, I mean, the eviction was a shocker. Although she did not vote for Handi, she voted for Cassia. Yes, the audience were in shock, and then Handi came on stage and people were hailing her and all. And Handi, what she had to say on stage was that it was hard living the love of her life in the house, that's Wanni. However, she knows that, I mean, they would see themselves in 2 weeks, that she prepared for the worst and all that, but hopes for the best. And in 2 weeks, they'll get to see each other and operate together. Yes, she said that, I mean, the whole she and Kelly thing, she had stopped because she wasn't getting a reaction from Cassia. And you guys know that the whole reason why she had done that was to get a reaction from Cassia so that Cassia will finally claim Kellyrae or feel a certain kind of way. But Cassia wasn't feeling anything. Cassia had even said, it's Handi, my girl, and all. So she was like, she's done with that. There is no need doing all that again. Yes, she has said for her and Wanni, more DJing, that it's her and Wanni to the world. Yes. Ebuka had then moved into the house again. Before he had gone, he had made a statement that there were some housemates going through corners, so let's find out. And then he had spoken to Onyeka, asked her how she was, and she was like, she's fine. And he was like, your voice is usually higher than this, what's going on? She was like, she's fine. And he had said, okay, you had drama with someone having, that's with Cassia, talking about the whole you misunderstanding that she had a child and all, and you had said a lot of things at the dressing area, calling her vile, wicked, and saying that you did not think she was a human being. And Onyeka has said yes, that, I mean, they were into an argument, and she had even stated that Cassia was vile in the argument and all. And that she did not know that it was not Cassia that they were talking about that had a child and all that. And Ebuka was like, okay, so why did you have to say all those things, knowing fully well that it was your mistake and Cassia did not know that you even made a mistake in the first place? And Onyeka was like, I mean, she gets the whole intention and all that. Maybe it was from a different place and all, but she was already in a bad place with the whole parrot thing and all. And then hearing that Cassia had also brought up this child thing just made her feel a certain kind of way. Yes, she felt like it was malicious and all, that maybe it was her bad or something. But I mean, it is what it is. She felt like Cassia was coming at her, and she felt that whole thing was vile and all. Ebuka had then gone ahead to evict TJ. TJ on stage spoke of how, I mean, he didn't even think he was going to last till this 8th week. Yes. And that for him, he did very well despite the competition, and that his wife was very supportive of him coming here, and he had to do what he had to do, even knowing that, yes, she had given birth and all, because she had given him the go ahead and she had held the fort down for him. He had given a shout out to his wives and to his wife and to women that actually hold the fort down for their husbands. Yes, he had said that he plans to do part-time medicine and entertainment with his whole art and the rest. Yes, and he has stated that he will be shuffling both countries. Yes. Now, Ebuka had gone into the house again for a 3rd eviction, and he had gone ahead to evict Shaun. I mean, Wanni was in tears. Like, she was crying and crying. Then again, her sister evicted in one night, her guy evicted the same night. So that's a lot. Yes, on stage, he has said that he felt it in his heart that he was going to go because, I mean, the week was hard for him. He had a lot of mood swings, and also he felt it in his heart that he was leaving. Yes, he said that he could tell Wanni and Handi apart by looking into their eyes. I say, wahala. He said that with him and Victoria, I mean, he felt he felt a certain kind of pressure on him because he felt like she was different from how she was. Like, she was different from the person he knew outside the house. Maybe she was trying to get familiar with the cameras and all that. So that was heavy on him, but that he's glad that she got to open up. Yes, and he's glad that she is still in the game. Yes, he has said that Wanni is his girl and that he'll be waiting for her outside the house. He has stated that there are things coming up for him like modeling, acting, etc. Yes, and Ebuka had gone into the house again, and he had basically told the house that, I mean, they should keep their chin up. It's just 2 weeks left, irrespective of who they're missing. they would see them in 2 weeks. They should keep their heads high and remember that there is a prize at the end of the day. Yes. And then Ebuka had told us about the movie premiere of My Fairy Tale Wedding, because there was a lady that was on stage with a wedding gown and the whole thing was confusing. There were some audience that even wanted to run out, did not know that, I mean, it was staged by MultiChoice and the rest. So that was it about the live eviction show and the diary sessions and all. So right now, Wanni seriously is crying. Onyeka was petting her, and then later she finally stood up because, you know, she and her sister Handi, they packed together. The way they arrange their clothes is, you know, they wear the same thing, so they fold it together and all. So she's looking for how to separate Handi's things so she can repack Handi's things for Handi, so that they can take, like, she can drop it for them to take it out for Handi. It's too bad that she had to lose 2 of her people today. Well, let me know your thoughts about all I've said in the comment section below. How did the evictions make you feel? For me, I would have been shocked if either of Cassia, Wanni, or Victoria were evicted. Yes. So for me, the eviction was not shocking. However, the emotions to the eviction was a lot. Yes, the emotions was a lot. Like, it was like someone was cutting onions. That's how I felt about this particular eviction. So let me know your own thoughts in the comment section below. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you haven't. I love you all. Bye, guys.